Hello, my friends. This is a little bit of a different episode or check-in, obviously. Full transparency, I am not feeling so well. I'm having some old health issues flare up, nothing crazy, nothing serious. I'm going to be just fine, but I am absolutely exhausted. Obviously, this is also a day late. Usually, I put the new episode up on Mondays. But yesterday, I was already feeling kind of off. And then I was getting a new tarot deck in the mail. So I was like, well, I'll wait until the new tarot deck comes. But then my mail didn't come until around 7 p.m. And then the day had just kind of gotten away from me. So I thought, oh, no biggie. I'll record it and put it up on Tuesday. But I am drained, my friends. But I still wanted to put something up for yesterday's new moon, for today's transition from 2024 and into 2025. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Hermit, our collective card of the year. And also, I'm recording this as a voice note on my phone from the comfort of my bed without the fancy sound mixing. I say fancy, but we all hear it. The sound mixing is not fancy. But at any point, you might hear cats running around. You might hear fans in the background. You might hear any number of noises, like 2 of my cats chasing each other through the room just a second ago. And that's just the reality of where I'm at today. And I hope that you can all be there with me. But anyway, so we are coming out of an 8 year. And if you follow the Rider-Waite-Coleman-Smith system, card number 8 is strength. But before 1909, card number 8 was justice. So this year showed us a lot of themes around justice, and I think we can all agree that happened. Around what we are and are not willing to endure and accept, and how we both treat others in our lives, and how much we value or judge or decide to interact with other people based on how they treat others. Many of us are coming into the end of this year with decisions to divest from certain companies, from certain brands, from certain services. Many of us are coming to the end of this year with a renewed sense of awakening to the truth of our society and how we want to operate and navigate through it. And with strength, there's that aspect of trust of self, of emotional intelligence, of knowing the power of vulnerability. And I think about, at least in my sphere on the internet, I think about what I'm seeing from the people I follow and from my mutuals about how so many of us are taking off our masks and bearing our souls to the world a lot more. So many of us are talking openly about our mental health struggles, about trauma, about the things that bother us. And at some points, it can be a little ill-advised if we give in too much to feelings of anger or even judgmentalism, which I think has also appeared a lot on the internet and also plays into those themes from the Justice card. But at the end of this Strength Justice year, and tonight, tomorrow, as we move into this Hermit year, just take some moments to reflect on what you have learned about fairness. And if you hold a lot of value in the idea that all things are either good or bad. I think what a lot of us have come to this year as well is nuance and letting many things be true at once. I know I definitely fall prey to black and white thinking, especially when it comes to my sense of justice, and have in the past definitely fallen into, well, this thing is 100% this way, and I know that because if it's not, then this isn't 100% good. But everything, pretty much everything, has nuance to it. Almost nothing is 100% this way or 100% that way. And justice asks us to really engage with that and to look at the ways in which we uphold systems of power by policing ourselves and policing each other. And that is where we meet strength and the ability to admit that we were wrong or admit that we've grown. And then moving into the Hermit, moving into the 9 year, 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. That's how we come to that. Now we have the opportunity to integrate all of that. Oh, there's a big cat fight happening over to the right. Sorry if you heard some growling. But we now have the opportunity to integrate all that we have uncovered over the past year by going deep within ourselves and exploring how much work and dedication we are willing to give to building a life and living in our values. The Hermit is very much about solitude, very much about spending time with and on the self, especially your internal world and your internal wisdom, and getting down to the barest bones of who you are to unlock your authenticity. It's also deeply tied to Saturn and the aspects of discipline, of boundaries, of commitment, of time, of death. The death of what was, especially the death of any external, I'm going to say the word mask again, any masks that you have put on for the world that hide your inner truth, and letting your authentic self fully come out and shine through so that you can live in your truth and you can live completely unburdened by what others would put on you, and instead move forward again as yourself completely. And in doing so, draw others who have similar feelings or who love and appreciate you exactly as you are without all of those added layers of societal expectations to you. I did go ahead and draw a card from the Prism of Visions Tarot to ask how we can integrate the lessons of our strength and justice year into our Hermit year. And the card that I got for us all was the Star, which is so unbelievably beautiful. The Star is a card of hope. That's one of the biggest messages when we pull the Star, is just hope. We're following the North Star back home to ourselves. There is also a piece of authenticity and shining your skills and your own talents and abilities out brightly, both to, again, live unapologetically, but also to help benefit the world around you and to show others that it is possible to live unapologetically. So sharing your journey, sharing as much of yourself as you are comfortable doing while still making it possible to keep your most internal thoughts yours, because I do think it's important sometimes to move in silence and keep things to yourself and not necessarily tell everyone what you're up to all the time. And if you're like me and you have ADHD, it's actually better for us not to share our goals, because then people will ask about them, and then our pathological demand avoidance comes into play, and that's no good. But once you've completed something, or once you've had a realization, share it. Once you've learned a lesson, tell someone about it, because just maybe they would also find it useful. Yeah, that's the lesson. That's the moment. That's our task for the next few days, for the next year. And it's not an easy one, and it's not something that is supposed to take place in an instant. It will be work. It'll be a journey. But it's a journey we're all on together. I'm going to leave it at that, just short and sweet today for this week. And I hope that you all have an incredible new year. I hope that whatever you are doing, whether it's big or small, that you feel fulfilled and ready to enter this transition with the knowledge that you can do truly whatever you set your mind to. And I hope that you get all of that you wish for, and I hope that you know that you deserve it and you are worthy of it. I'll see you all next week. Take care.